have been a search and rescue officer in the Oregon wilderness for 5 years. When you work out here, you learn to accept that the forest plays tricks on your mind. You learn to ignore the strange shadows and the whispers in the wind. But 3 nights ago, I learned that some whispers aren't tricks, they are traps. It was 11:30 p.m. when my radio buzzed. A frantic call had come in from a mother. Her 7-year-old son, Leo, had wandered away from their campsite near Crater Lake. The temperature was dropping fast. As a mother myself, I felt a knot tighten in my stomach. I grabbed my gear, turned on my flashlight, and headed into the pitch-black woods alone. The fog was incredibly thick, swallowing the beam of my flashlight. The silence was heavy, broken only by the crunch of dead leaves beneath my boots. For an hour, I called out his name, Leo. If you can hear me, call back. Around 1 a.m., I finally heard it, a faint, trembling voice from the dense thicket ahead. "Mommy, I'm scared. I'm over here." Relief washed over me. I sprinted toward the sound, pushing through heavy pine branches. "Leo, stay right there. I'm coming." I yelled. I kept following the voice. Every time I got closer, the voice would call out again, leading me deeper and deeper into the uncharted territory of the park. "Mommy, it's cold. Come find me." But then, I stopped dead in my tracks. My blood went cold. As a trained officer, I noticed something wrong with the sound. The voice wasn't changing distance, even though I was moving fast. More importantly, the inflection was exactly the same every single time. It was the exact same pitch, the exact same pause between words, like a perfect audio loop. Suddenly, my radio crackled to life. It was base camp. The dispatcher's voice was loud and clear. "Officer, abort the search. Repeat, abort the search immediately." "We just found Leo. He wandered into a ranger station 2 miles south of your location. He's safe." My hands began to shake. If Leo was safe at the station, whose voice was I following? Before I could answer the radio, the voice called out again. But this time, it wasn't coming from the thicket. It was coming from right above my head, up in the pine trees. "Mommy, I'm scared. I'm over here." I slowly raised my flashlight, aiming the beam up into the dark branches. What I saw will haunt me until the day I die. It wasn't a child. It was a creature, impossibly tall and painfully thin, draped in dark, matted fur. Its limbs were unnaturally long, gripping the tree trunk like a massive spider. But the worst part was its face. It was a pale, distorted human-like face with completely black, hollow eyes, and a mouth that was twisted into a sickeningly wide, unmoving grin. It opened its mouth, but its jaw didn't move. From its throat, that perfect, innocent 7-year-old voice came out again, "Mommy, come find me." It knew I discovered it. The creature let out a deafening, glitched screech that sounded like a human screaming through a broken megaphone. It began climbing down the tree with terrifying speed. I turned and ran faster than I ever have in my life. I didn't look back, even though I could hear its heavy, rhythmic thumping right behind me, snapping branches and tearing through the brush. I sprinted blind until I finally broke through the tree line and collapsed into the headlights of my park ranger truck. I locked the doors, slammed my foot on the gas, and sped away. I quit my job the very next morning. I still live near the woods, and sometimes, late at night, I hear my own voice calling out to me from the trees outside my window. It says, "Leo, stay right there. I'm coming." It's waiting for me to answer.